I've never seen a rat in pants.
Rex yawned again, and Luther took the opportunity to lick inside his brother's open mouth before the larger hound pulled away. "Will you cut it out?"
What? I thought you maybe left crumbs there for later.
Johnny scowled at the back of the seat in front of him, slid his hand over the armrest, and snapped his fingers. Both hounds looked at their master.
Oh, come on, Johnny. You said you'd have dog snacks here for us.
"Yeah, what happened to the treats?" He snapped his fingers again. "Stop!" With a heavy sigh, Lisa dropped the tablet on the seat beside her and turned another scowl onto the dwarf.
You know, just because you prefer the company of your dogs over everyone else does not give you an excuse to snap at me and bark out one-word commands.
The hounds jerked their heads towards her.
Oh, Johnny.
"Yeah, your lady two-legs is pissed. Wait, what happened?" Johnny stared at Lisa and tilted his head slowly. "I think someone's a little too focused on that tablet."
I'm over here minding my own business, Johnny, and you...
"I was talking to the hounds. Again."
Oh.
She glanced at Rex and Luther, who both stared at her and panted with their tongues hanging out of their mouths, then closed her eyes.
The dogs.
"I know you're itching to find a way to storm the bastards who are kidnapping shifters all over the place."
Not only shifters, Johnny.
"Sure, not only shifters. But digging yourself into a hole without any actual answers ain't gonna make you feel better." The bounty hunter raised an eyebrow and pointed at the tablet. "The best way to ease a troubled mind is to get off the damn tech." With a frown, Lisa snatched her tablet off the seat and stood. The hounds didn't move a muscle to get out of her way, so she stepped slowly over their outstretched legs to cross the aisle toward Johnny. He scooted his feet back beneath him to give her space to ease past him. She paused, glanced at his black boots tucked beneath the seat, and smirked before she sat beside him at the window. "Yeah, I got manners, darling, when I want 'em."
Do you think I've been scouring the internet from your private jet for hits about the hive mind kidnappers?
He shrugged. "I'm fairly sure there ain't much more that will get you all twisted up like you are." With a humorless chuckle, she opened her tablet again, placed it in his lap, and ignored him when he raised both hands in a quiet but pointed refusal to play with her fancy device.
Nelson sent me a briefing of what the other agents are doing on the ground in New Mexico before we took off.
Huh. He looked at the tablet but didn't bother to read the information. "Yeah, I get pissed when Nelson sends me his damn files too, which ain't possible if I leave the tablet at home."
You don't even own a tablet, Johnny.
The dwarf raised his glass toward her and took another sip. "Even better." Lisa rolled her eyes but couldn't completely hide the small smile that crept through her concern.
Okay, well, take a look at this anyway. No, fine. I'll brief you then.
Oh, Johnny.
Luther uttered a short yip, and the young blonde flight attendant at the front of the jet jumped slightly in her seat.
"She's getting down to business now. Maybe you should get a room."
"We're in a flying can, bro," Rex interjected. "A small one, and why would they need a room?"
"She's gonna brief him. That's what he wears under his pants, right?"
"Oh, I get it." Rex snorted and sat to look between his legs. "Hey, Johnny, you want us to go hang out with that other lady two legs up front? I bet she has treats." The bounty hunter snapped his fingers a third time. "That's enough, boys." The hounds stared at him for a moment before they hunkered down on their bellies and licked their chops. Lisa leaned forward to look curiously at them, then smiled warily at the dwarf.
Do they have much say about where we're headed?
He cleared his throat and muttered, "Only about you briefing me." Luther sniggered. "So what has you all shook up about these other agents, darling?" he said quickly to end that line of questioning. She returned her attention to the tablet, leaned her elbow on the armrest between their seats, and positioned her device so both of them could see clearly, so much so that her shoulder pressed lightly against Johnny's and stayed there. He glanced at it briefly before he sipped his whiskey again.
"It's not much, honestly,"
she said, and the frustration crept into her voice.
3 agents.